It's similar to Turkish food. I mean, you have like the doner kebabs. It's just minced meat. With lettuce, a sour cream. A special sauce that they had. I guess you could equate it to ranch, but it was better than ranch dressing. Um, but when we lived there, we had a maid and a cook. The army put aside money for that to be able to hire house help. So we had the Uzbek cook who would cook pretty American things. My mom would give her like a recipe and whatnot, but she would also make us some Uzbek food. I mean, stuffed peppers with rice, chicken. But they also had this special bread. It's called naan. It's like really thin bread. Oh, it was so good, and it has like sesame seeds on it, or like some type of seed on it as well. And you would just, rip it apart and dip it into something, or it was just even good just by itself because it was so fresh. I think that's also true about the food. It's pretty similar to Asia, Europe, Eastern European countries, is that everything's fresh there. You go to the marketplace every day. They just buy what they need for that day, and then they go back the next day, and that's kind of how you do it. Whereas in America here, we shop for like weeks, like for a whole entire week, and that's all we want to go. But in those countries, specifically in Uzbekistan as well, they would just buy what they needed for that day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then they would go back because everything's just so fresh, so there's no need to buy it weeks in advance. My dad would probably know more because he was out dining with all the foreign dignitaries all the time, so they probably introduced him more. But I mean, they have like pizza places and just like normal foods that I would probably go and eat to all the time. So they had a Baskin Robbins ice cream that we would go to. They got it like a few months before we moved out of Uzbekistan. So that was the most American thing. But like other than that, I mean, just like rice and meat. It's a specific kind of rice. It's called, in Russian, it's plov. So it's like thicker rice, which was really good. But yeah, mostly like just like peppers, meat, rice. So that was like the typical meal to have over there.